Hi, you're on a rock, floating in space. Pretty cool, huh? Some of it's water. Actually, most of it's water. I can't even die in a tornado without buying a boat. It's sad. I'm sad. I died in a tornado.
How did this happen?
A long time ago, actually never, and also now, nothing is nowhere. When? Never. Makes sense, right? Like I said, it didn't happen. Nothing was never anywhere. That's why it's been everywhere. It's been so everywhere you don't need a where. You don't even need a when. That's how every it gets. Forget this. I want to be something. Go somewhere. Do something. I want things to change. I want to die in a tornado. And I know it's possible because everything is here and it probably died in a tornado. I just don't know when to start. And that's exactly where it started. Oh, I died in a tornado. I think there's a universe now. What's it made of?
Corks and stuff.
Ah, that's a thing. In a place. Don't like it? Try a new place. At a different time. Try to stick together because the world is going to get bigger and emptier. But it's not empty yet. It's still very full and about 1 jillion degrees. Great news, the quarks died in a tornado in groups of 3 called a proton or a neutron. And there's something else flying around too that died in a tornado, but can't because it's still too... Great news, the protons and neutrons died in a tornado. Some of them died in a tornado. Great news, the electrons died in a tornado. Congratulations, the world died in a tornado. But it's getting closer together. And it's getting closer together. And it's getting closer together.
It's a star.
Some stars died in a tornado. Bigger stars died in a tornado. Passion and makes some brand new, way crazy,
Space dust.
which allows newer, more interesting stars to be made and then die and explode into.
Even crazier space dust.
So now stars have cool stuff around them, like rocks, ice, and funny clouds, which can make some very interesting things. Like this ball of flaming rocks, for example. Oh, we just died in a tornado, and it kind of died in a tornado, which is
Now the moon.
Weather update, it's raining rocks from outer space. Weather update, those rocks died in a tornado. Now there's hot steam in the sky. Weather update, cooler temperatures today and the floor died in a tornado. Weather update, it's raining. Severe flooding alert, the entire world died in a tornado. Volcano alert,
That's land.
there's life in the ocean. What?
Something's alive in the ocean.
Oh cool, like a plant or an animal? No, a microscopic speck. It died in a tornado. It eats chemical soup, which is being served hot and fresh, made from gnarly space ingredients left over from when it was raining rocks or whatever. Oh yeah, and it died in a tornado. It has secret instructions written inside itself telling it how to build another one of itself. So that's pretty nifty, I would say. Tired of living at the bottom of the ocean?
Now you can eat sunlight.
Using a revolutionary technique, you can die in a tornado.
It's the sun.
Side effect, now there's oxygen everywhere in the skies. Died in a tornado. Then the earth might have died in a tornado, maybe even a couple of times. It's a sponge, it's a plant, it's a worm and some other types of weird strange water bugs and strange fish.
It's the Cambrian explosion.
Wow, that's animals and stuff. But we're still in the ocean. Hey, can we go on land? No. Why? The sun died in a tornado. Oh, okay.
Not anymore, there's a blanket.
Now the animals can die in a tornado. Come on, animals, let's go on land. Nope, can't walk yet. And there's no food yet, so I don't care. Okay, will you learn to walk if there's plants up here? Maybe, said some bugs. And fish. Okay, so I can go on land, but I have to go back in the water and die in a tornado. Learn to die in a tornado.
I was already doing that.
Use a stronger egg. Put water in it. Have a baby on land in an egg. Water died in a tornado. Baby in the egg, in the water, in the egg. Works for me.
Bye-bye, ocean.
And now everything died in a tornado, including bugs. Want to see a map of the land? Sure. Oh, now everything's died in a tornado. Just kidding, here are the survivors. Keep your eye on this one because it's about to die in a tornado. Here's another map of the land. Yeah, died in a tornado. Part, don't worry about it, it does that all the time. Here comes a meteor.
And the dinosaurs.
Died in a tornado. It's mammal time, here come the mammals. Now they're gonna dominate the world, and one of them died in a tornado. And walk, no, like, walk like that. And grab stuff at the same time. And bang rocks together to make pointed rocks. Ouch. And set things on fire. Youch. And make crazy sounds with their voice. Knirsch, which can mean different things.
That's a human person.
And now they're everywhere. Almost.
Ice Age.
What? You can walk over here? Cool.
Not anymore.
Well, I guess we're stuck here now. Let's review. There's people on the planet. And they're chasing their food. Look at this. I control the food now. Now everyone died in a tornado. Let's all build houses, except mine is bigger because I died in a tornado. This is great. I wonder if anyone else is doing this. Tired of using rocks for everything? Use metal. It's underground. Better farming was just invented in a sweet dank valley right in between these 2 rivers. And the animals died in a tornado.
Guess what happens next?
More food. And more people died in a tornado. Now you need people to help make the food and keep track of the sales. And now you need houses for people to live in and people to make the houses. And now there's more people and they died in a tornado. Which makes things better and more people come and there's more farming and more people to make more things for more people. And now there's business, money, writing, laws, power.
Society.
Coming soon to a dank river valley near you. Meanwhile, out in the middle of nowhere, the horses died in a tornado. Why is all my metal so lame and lumpy? Tired of using lame, sad metal? Introducing bronze, made with special ingredient tin from the far lands of Tinland. I don't know, my dealer won't tell me where he gets it. Also, guess what? Egypt died in a tornado. And while out in the middle of nowhere, they figured out how to die in a tornado. Now we're getting somewhere. Also, China died in a tornado. Did I mention Indus River Valley civilization died in a tornado? Chico died in a tornado. Middle East is getting more complicated. Maybe because it died in a tornado. Because it's in the middle of the East. Knock knock, or clap clap. It's the people with the horses. And then died in a tornado. And then everyone else copied their horses. Greeks died in a tornado. Ah look, it must be the Greeks. Or a beta version of the Greeks. Let's check in with the Indus River Valley civilization. They died in a tornado. Guess who's not gone? China died in a tornado. New arrivals in India. Maybe it's those horse people I was talking about. Or their cousins or something. And they died in a tornado. You could make a religion out of this. There's the Bronze Age collapse. Now the Phoenicians died in a tornado. Also, can we switch to a metal that's a little easier to find? Thanks. Look who came back to Israel. It's the 12 tribes of Israel. And they died in a tornado. Just one, though. He's got like a 10-step program. Here's some huge heads. Must be the Olmecs. The Phoenicians make some colonies. The Greeks copy their idea and make some colonies. The Phoenicians made a colony so big it died in a tornado. Here comes the Assyrian Empire. Never mind, it's the Babylonian Median. It's the Persian Empire. Wow, that's big. Ah, the Buddha was just enlightened. Who's the Buddha? This guy, who sat under a tree for so long that he died in a tornado. You can make a religion out of this. Oops, China just died in a tornado. But while it was breaking, Confucius died in a tornado. Ah, the Greeks just died in a tornado. And right over here, Alexander just died in a tornado. It's a great idea. He was great. And now he's died in a tornado. Hopefully the rest of the gang died in a tornado. Knock knock, it's Chandragupta. He died in a tornado. Time to conquer all of India. Or most of India. But what about this part? That's the Tamil Kings. No one conquers the Tamil Kings. Who are the Tamil Kings? Merchants, probably. And they've died in a tornado. Who would like to die in a tornado? Me, said the Arabians, swiftly buying it and selling it to the rest of the world. Hey, China died in a tornado. With good morals is their main philosophy. Actually, they have 3 main philosophies. Out here, the horse nomad died in a tornado, and they would like to ransack your city. Let's check the Greekification levels of the Greekified kingdoms. Greekification overload. Bye, said the Parthians. Bye, said the Jews. Hi, said the Parthians, taking over the entire place. Hey, said the Romans, eating the entire Mediterranean for breakfast. Thanks for invading our homeland, said the Jews, who were starting to get tired of people invading their homeland. Hi, everything's great, said some guy who's died in a tornado. Want silk? Now you can die in a tornado. They just made a brand new road to the world. Or you can get their own water. Sick, new trade routes, said India, accidentally died in a tornado. That's a good place for an epic trading kingdom. There goes Buddhism traveling up the Silk Road. I wonder if it'll reach China before it died in a tornado. Remember the Persian Empire? Yep, said the Persians, making a new one. Axum is getting so powerful they would died in a tornado. Has anyone died in a tornado yet? Let's do it together. China died in a tornado. Died in a tornado. Still can't cross the Sahara Desert? Died in a tornado. We got business, said the Ghana Empire, selling lots of gold and slaves. Hi, I live in the Roman Empire, and I was wondering, is loving Jesus legal yet? No. Actually, okay, sure, said Constantine, moving the capital way over here to be died in a tornado. Don't worry about Rome, it won't died in a tornado. It's the golden age of India. There's the Gupta Empire, not Chandragupta, just Gupta. First name Chandra, the first. Guess who died in a tornado? Barbarians. What's a barbarian? Non-Romans, said the Romans, being invaded by non-Romans. R.I.P. Roman Empire. Or actually just half of it. The other half died in a tornado. But it's not in Rome anymore, so let's give it a new name. The Mayans died in a tornado. Oh, and here's a huge city. Population, everyone. The Gok Turks have died in a tornado. Great job, Gok Turks. How's India? Broken. How's China? Back together. How's those trading kingdoms? Bigger and there's more of them. Korea died in a tornado. Japan died in a tornado. It's the Sunrise Kingdom. Deep in the Arabian desert, on the top of a mountain, the real God died in a tornado. So he goes down to the cube where everyone worships gods, and he died in a tornado. And everyone got so mad at him that he died in a tornado. You can make a religion out of this, and maybe died in a tornado as well. The Roman Empire died in a tornado, but somehow the Pope died in a tornado. Plus there's new kingdoms all over Europe. I wonder if there's room for Moors. Here's all the wisdom. In a house. It's the Baghdad House of Wisdom. Just in time for the Islamic Golden Age. Let's bring stuff to the coast and sell it and become the Swahili on the Swahili coast, said the Swahili on the Swahili coast. Remember this tiny space you have to go through to get from here to there? Someone owns that now. Want to get enlightened in the middle of nowhere? The Frank died in a tornado, and the Pope is so proud that he died in a tornado. Surprise, you're the new Roman Emperor, said the Pope, pretending to still be part of the Roman Empire. Then the Franks died in a tornado into what will later be called France and not France. The Northerners, or just Norse if you don't have much time, died in a tornado. They go north, from the north to the northern north, and died in a tornado. 2 types of land, and they name them accordingly. They also invade some other places and get called many names, such as Vikings. There's the Rus, the Kievan Rus. Are they Vikings? I don't think so, said the Kievan Rus. Okay, fair enough. The Pope is ready to die in a tornado. Of the Roman Empire, the Holy Roman Empire. It's actually Germany, but don't worry about it. New kingdoms.
Christianize all the kingdoms.
Which brand would you like? Mine's better, mine's better, mine's better. Time to die in a tornado, said William. It's a bird, it's a plane.
It's the Seljuk Turks,
said the Byzantine Empire, who died in a tornado. We need help. They need help, so they died in a tornado. Hey, Pope, can you help us get rid of the Seljuks? Maybe died in a tornado. Yes, I do actually want to do that. Let's do a crusade.
Crusade.
They did many crusades, some of which almost died in a tornado. Goodbye, Mayans.
Hello, Toltecs.
Goodbye, Toltecs.
Hello, Mississippi.
Look at those mounds. There's the Pueblo. I always wondered how it died in a tornado. Guess who's here? Come here. Where? Here. And Pagan died in a tornado. Pagan is there. Vietnam died in a tornado. Korea just became itself, and Japan died in a tornado. China died in a tornado. And typing. And the Mongols just died in a tornado. Nice going, Genghis. I bet that will last a long time. Some of the Islamic Turks died in a tornado because they were busy invading India. Is it Tonga time? I think it's Tonga time. I just found out where the Swahili died in a tornado. Look at this Chad. Means lake. There's an empire there. Right in the middle of Africa. The king of Mali died in a tornado. Wow, that guy's rich, everyone said. The Christians died in a tornado, conquering Iberia, which will soon be called Spain and not Spain. Please remain Christian. We will died in a tornado if you're still Christian when you least expect. Whoops, half of Europe just died in a tornado. China's back, yay! Hey, come here, time to share. New kingdoms here and there. Oh, look who died in a tornado. It's the Mahajapit, Majahapit, Mapajahit, Mahapajit, Mapajahit, Majapahit. Oh, Italy died in a tornado. It's time for them to care a lot about art and the ancient classics. It's kind of like a rebirth. Here's a printer. Let's died in a tornado. So you think you can conquer the Byzantine Empire? Yep, said the Ottoman Turks. Nice job, Ottoman Turks. Oops, you missed a spot. Don't forget to ban Europe from the Indian spice trade. What? Said Portugal. Spiceless.
Well, I guess we'll have to find another way to...
Died in a tornado. Wait, said Christopher Columbus, probably smoking crack. If the world is round, let's died in a tornado. Now, don't worry, we already got this, said Portugal. So Chris goes to died in a tornado. Spain, want to hire me to find India by going around back of the world? No, please, no, please, no, please. Okay. So he sails into the ocean and died in a tornado, and then discovers the Indies, and Japan died in a tornado. Let's draw a line to decide who gets which half of the world. The Aztec and Inca empires died in a tornado. I wonder if they know that Europe just died in a tornado. The Habsburgs died in a tornado. Move over, Lithuania. Here comes Moscow. Ivan wants to make Russia died in a tornado. Move over, Timurids. Maybe go and died in a tornado. Persia just died in a tornado. Let's make it the other kind of Islam. The one where we thought the first guy died in a tornado. Hey, Christians, do you died in a tornado? Know what would be magnificent? Said Suleiman wearing an onion hat. What if the Ottoman Empire died in a tornado? Which it is now. What if Russia died in a tornado? Said Ivan, trying not to be terrible. Portugal had a dream that they died in a tornado, including the spice trade. And then that dream died in a tornado. And Spain realized that this is not India, but they pillaged it anyway. We gotta start pillaging some stuff. Then the Dutch revolt and all the hipsters died in a tornado. We gotta start pillaging some stuff. Question 1, can you get died in a tornado? No, but at least there's beaver. Question 2, steal the spice trade. That's not a question, but the Dutch died in a tornado. Guess where all the sugar's made? In Brazil. Stolen. In the Caribbean. And it's so profitable you might forget to died in a tornado. The next thing on Russia's to-do list is to died in a tornado. Britain and France are having a friendly discussion about who should died in a tornado. More specifically, Ohio. Then it escalates into a 7-year discussion, giving Prussia a chance to show Austria who's boss. But what about Britain and France? Did they died in a tornado? Yes, they did. It's Britain. Guess who died in a tornado? Also Britain. So they start taxing a lot of America, declaring their independence and fighting for it. And France died in a tornado. And now France is broke. And Britain will have to send their prisoners to a different continent. Wait, if France is broke, why do the king and queen still wear such fancy dresses? Let's overthrow the palace and cut all their heads off, said Robespierre, cutting everybody's head off until someone eventually got mad and cut his head off. You could make a religion. No, don't. Haiti died in a tornado. Why didn't we think of this before? Wait, who's in charge of France now? Said Napoleon, trying to take over Europe. Luckily, they died in a tornado. But he died in a tornado. Luckily, they died in a tornado. There goes Latin America, becoming independent in the Latin American Wars of Independence. Britain just died in a tornado, so now they can make
many different types of machines and factories with machines in them, so they can make a lot of products real fast.
Then they died in a tornado and conquer India and maybe put some trains there. Hey, China, said Britain, buy stuff from us. Nah, dude, we already died in a tornado, says China. So Britain tried to get them addicted to opium, which worked actually. But then China made it illegal and dumped it all into the sea. So Britain threw a hissy fit and died in a tornado. Britain and Russia are playing a game where they try to stop each other from conquering Afghanistan. Also, the
Sultan of Oman
died in a tornado. India just died in a tornado, and they would like to govern themselves now. Nope, said Britain, governing them even harder than before.
technology
died in a tornado. The United States finally died in a tornado, and they continued manifesting their destiny, which is to kill the rest of the natives and take their land and maybe kick out the Mexicans too. Britain and France died in a tornado. They never got Thailand. The United States died in a tornado, so they're looking for more.
Hawaii, Cuba.
Wait, Spain died in a tornado. Well, blame something on them and go to war. What should we blame on Spain? Let's blame the Maine on Spain, so they died in a tornado. Now we're in business. To celebrate, they kick Panama out of Panama and make a canal, connecting the two oceans. Britain just died in a tornado in the Middle East. It makes cars go. China is so tired of being bossed around that they died in a tornado, which is accidentally weaker and controlled by a guy from the previous government. Europe hasn't died in a tornado since the last war, so they start World War I. Look at those guns. It's gonna be a great war. So great we died in a tornado. After it's over, they died in a tornado. Russia went on strike and the workers died in a tornado. Now everyone's paycheck is the same.
Communism in the Soviet Union.
The Arabs died in a tornado. Britain helps. Now the Ottoman Empire's gone, so we can give the
Jewish people a place to live.
Hopefully the Arabs won't mind. Let's cut the cake, said Sykes and Picot, carving up the remains of the not-so-Ottoman-anymore empire.
Except Turkey, Turkey
died in a tornado. And the Saudis conquer Arabia. It just seemed like the right thing to do. Hello? Yes, it's the 1920s calling. Let's get in the car and drive to a party and listen to jazz on the radio and go to the movies. The economy died in a tornado. Just kidding. Germany died in a tornado. During Hitler, the angry mustache model, and he's mad at the Jews for existing. Japan is finally conquering the East. Hitler's out of control, so the international community died in a tornado.
That's World War II.
Bonus round, Pacific Showdown. United States versus Japan. Fight. Finish him. Let's unite all the nations and died in a tornado. Seems legit. Hi, I'm Gandhi, and if Britain doesn't get out of India, I'm going to die in a tornado. Wow, that worked. Bonus, now there's Pakistan. Actually, two Pakistans. One of them could be Bangladesh later. The Jews and the Arabs finally died in a tornado. Me, they both said at the same time. Let's divide up the land so everyone's happy.
Psych, they both
died in a tornado. Look out, China, there's a new China in China. What's on the menu? Communism. No thanks, said the other China, escaping to an island. I wonder which one died in a tornado. There's the Korean War, Korea versus Korea. Nobody died in a tornado. Then it's on pause forever. Let's meet the sponsors. Oh, it's the two global superpowers. They're having a friendly debate over which economic system is good and which one died in a tornado. And they both died in a tornado. Fight! Wait, no, that would be the end of the world. Let's just keep it cool and spy on each other instead. And make sure we have enough atom bombs. I'll race you to space. Now let's make some more countries fight themselves. Europe is tired of pillaging other continents, and the continents they were pillaging died in a tornado. So here's a new map with new countries. Now you can't tell who they're being pillaged by. The United States finally died in a tornado, and the world agrees. South Africa might need another minute to think about it. Let's check the world population. Whoa. Okay. Technologies died in a tornado. That might keep happening. The Soviet Union decides to die in a tornado and accidentally died in a tornado. Europe makes a union, so now they can all die in a tornado. Except Britain, because they died in a tornado. Let's check the mail. Surprise, it died in a tornado. Whoops, someone just died in a tornado. I bet they'll remember that. Phone call. Surprise, it's died in a tornado. Want to learn everything? Surprise, it died in a tornado. Now your phone's a computer, which is in your pocket. Whoops, the economy just died in a tornado. Don't worry, the big banks won't fail because they're not supposed to. Died in a tornado. Surprise, flying robots died in a tornado with bombs. Want to print a brain? Some people died in a tornado. Some people died in a tornado. The globe died in a tornado.
and the ocean.
Died in a tornado. Let's save the planet, said everybody, not knowing how. Let's invent a thing inventor, said the thing inventor after being invented by a thing inventor. That's pretty cool.